This episode of the Golf Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is presented to you by Bird Dog Shorts. Dominate summer with an amazing pair of shorts and a free Yeti-style tumbler when you order over at birddogs.com/pool. That's birddogs.com/pool. All right, DJs, welcome back. It's your boy, Boston Capper, with the god of golf himself, Steve Schirmer. Still here. No baby. It's a Rocket Mortgage, classic DFS picks. He's got the go bag ready to go. If we see a blur, he's off.
Yep. I mean, it would be more like a scream of Steve, get the fuck off the podcast if that happens. That's a true story, by the way. I asked my wife. Yeah, I asked my wife what would happen if she goes into labor, and she said that's exactly what would happen. So if I just go quickly, as I'm talking about Brandon Wu later on the show, you'll know exactly why, and then you won't see me for another month. But no, still here, no baby. Anyone who had June 26th, you only have about 3 hours left in order to get that.
That would be a very fast labor.
That would be a very fast labor. But listen, second kid though, so I hear that just they come a little quicker. But
mine were all C-section. So
okay.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Mine were scheduled.
Okay. So anyways, I'm here. This tournament definitely feels like it's sure to break down DFS, but I'm excited.
That's what the golfers said. That's what the golfers are all saying too. I'm here. I'm in Detroit.
Exactly. I mean, they're here for Rocket Mortgage and to maybe see a bunch of trees get put down today, unfortunately. But yeah, listen, there's a couple guys in this field I'm excited to talk about, so we'll break it down a little bit.
I think it's I want to know how Rocket Mortgage can still afford to sponsor a PGA tournament, given the fact that like mortgage refinances are down like 85% and purchases are down like, I don't know, at least 35. So I know they're hemorrhaging loot.
Well, I mean, the PGA Tour doesn't really seem to care about Rocket Mortgage either, just one of their biggest sponsors. Or next week at John Deere when we'll see that tournament and no one's going to show up. You wonder why big companies like AT&T and Honda are all fleeing. Because they can't get good spots, and this is essentially what we're getting this week. But yeah, I mean, so the big news today, he had a couple trees get put down. I forgot to mention last night that that's not the only thing that's happened to the golf course. Apparently, a couple of greens got vandalized a few months ago. Somebody spilled some chemicals or acid or something over, I think, the 11th and 12th green.
Yeah.
So
I think it was angry employee. Like who? I don't know who would destroy a green. It makes no sense to me. Like, I'll show that groundskeeper. Like, was it just a guy who like went out and shot 130, or was it a guy, or was it like an ex-employee who was angry?
Maybe it was Malcolm Gladwell or somebody in LA of saying that golf courses are just a waste of public space. So I actually saw that take ever LACC that they said the problem is not the U.S. Open. The problem is just golf in general. I'm like, let me click on this LA Times article and see what this Kale Eater has to say about that. You always hear about it too. They're always saying that, golf courses just waste of real estates and cost taxpayers money. And
the old racist white guys playing golf, taking up our land where it could be a dog park.
Mm-hmm. It could be. It just means that you're probably like 40 a handicap and never could be good enough to hold a golf club. But
I remember the first time I stumbled across that thought online, and I was like, wait, is this person fucking serious?
Well, I know Malcolm Gladwell. I know Malcolm Gladwell went on the Bill Simmons podcast and made that argument too. And I'm like, what the fuck am I listening to at this point? Perfect. Yeah, typical. So, all right. Well, you want to take a quick break first before we start breaking it down?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, yeah. We can talk about Bird Dog shorts. They're really comfortable, right? Probably like Detroit right now. I imagine it's like nice and it's not swelteringly, murderously, oppressively hot like it is in Florida today. Like 98 degrees. You turn on the car and it's 110, and you need Bird Dog shorts for that. They're just like Lululemon, but they fit way better. They're not made of that stiff, restricted cotton. They're made of cloud knit fabric that looks just like khaki but stretches so you get a way slimmer fit so you don't have to sacrifice the movement. And Bird Dogs uses anti-stink sweat wicking fabric that keeps you cool and dry all day long, which is very important whether you're golfing in Florida or New York in the summertime. It gets humid up there for, I guess, what Northeasterners would consider humid, not like breathing through a cheesecloth down here. You're just miserable. Your shorts are sticking to your legs, your balls are sticking to your thighs. You need a good pair of shorts, so that's why you go ahead and get Bird Dogs. So you go to birddogs.com/pool and enter promo code POOL for a free Yeti-style tumbler with your order. That's birddogs.com/pool for a free Yeti-style tumbler. You won't want to take your Bird Dogs off, we promise.
Yeah, and it's good to wait around for a kid in uncomfortable chairs in the hospital.
It's true.
Wearing a good set of bird dog shorts. Let me tell you that. I got those packed in the go bag. So
sneaky. You know what's another sneaky spot you need decent shorts is fucking flying. You get sticky flying too for some reason. Like it's just a miserable experience.
Well, you're just like a sardine at that point too. You definitely want a little bit of air going on down there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's just you don't want to be a bum and wear like gym shorts to the airport, even though that's what we wear a lot of the time now. But I don't know. Yeah, so get your pair of that for air travel as well.
There you go. All right, $10,000 range. Let's kick it off. So we got 5 guys. We got Tony Finau at 10-9. We got Kyle Morikawa at 10-6. Ricky Fowler at 10-4. Max Homa at 10-2 and Justin Thomas at $10,000. All the popularity seems like it's on Ricky Fowler. Yeah. Seems like the golf gambling community is just kind of crowning him as the king of Rocket Mortgage. Takes
Narrative Street, baby.
Listen. I mean, I guess I'm trying to think. When was the last time a guy was, I guess, had a prominent sponsor who won his own event? Probably, I want to say Spieth has won a couple of AT&T. Pebble Beaches. The Valero Texas Open is on.
Charlie Hoffman.
When was that?
I don't know. Remember he won like the Waste Management Open like fucking 3 times or something like that?
No, he hasn't won the Waste Management.
What's his?
I don't think he has.
What is his tournament? It's not the Waste Management. It's the Charlie Hoffman.
I mean, there has to be some RBC guys who have won something.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's true. What isn't Rory technically an RBC guy?
I don't think so. Is Fitzpatrick an RBC guy?
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, maybe. Does Sepp Straka drive an Accord or a Civic?
Probably.
Probably. Well, anyways, all right. Enough of the BS here. So I guess Ricky Fowler this week, it has kind of been crescendoing to him. Like we're all waiting for the win. Like, is chalk going to pay off for him, or do you think it's going to be like, pretty much every other time he's been to Rocket Mortgage where he just has a bunch of sponsorship commitments and kind of distracts him from the golf and he lets everybody down? I guess where's your temperature at with Ricky?
I mean, look, I keep trying to buck Narrative Street and it keeps holding tight for the most part. I mean, in DFS, it's one thing to fade him a little bit at 22%. But I mean, dude, this guy's on a heater. It's a shitty field. We always say, how come Ricky's not here? How come he's not here fucking playing these shitty events for a W? And here he is. So, I mean, I have no problem playing him and getting different somewhere else down bottom. Like, you can definitely look, he has all, I mean, it's all the earmarkings of an absolute miscut, right? Everybody's on him. Everybody's betting him at a wicked short number. He's going to be uber chalk. But at the same point, if not now, win. Right. So fuck it. Mm-hmm. Like, whatever. Like, I want to be there if Ricky wins. I don't want to be cussing that I don't have a piece of him if he wins. You know what I mean? And I keep getting Narrative Street wrong. It always pays off every single time. So I might as well jump on it.
Okay.
It was it's the Valero that Hoffman like prints money at. That's what I was thinking of.
Yes. So. Okay. All right. I don't think he's actually sponsored by Big Texas Oil. Though.
He's not.
Okay.
I just thought that shirt, the Charlie Hoffman Open, that he actually wears when he plays there.
Yeah. I guess what's the case against Ricky from a profile standpoint? So it depends, I guess, how long you want to run your models for. If you run it at least 2+ years, he has the weakest birdie rates. He has the weakest performance under 150 yards of all the guys that were $10,000. He has the weakest course history too. JT and Morikawa has never played this event before, but of Homa, Fowler, and Finau, he's done the worst. The case for Ricky, he's been much better from under 150 this year. Like if you go to Data Golf,
6th in this field.
Yeah, if you go to Data Golf, from 100 to 150, he's 89th percentile in strokes gained per shot. He is 71st percentile in anything from 50 to 100. So right in the key ranges there, he's been doing excellent. It's because the iron play has been awesome. He's gained a lot of distance this year too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's kind of what we're looking for, right? Guys who make a lot of birdies, which he's done a lot of this year. Guys who hit their short irons very well, guys who are long. Guys who putt very well on Ben Poa, which he's done very well in this field too. So, I mean, look, if He's been playing great. If it works out for everybody, cool. I do like a couple guys that don't have a lot of popularity, though. So I guess other than Fowler, I guess who do you like in this range?
I don't mind some flop lag from Morikawa.
Okay.
Just because, I mean, if it's irons, he's not long, and I know this is a bomber's paradise, but I mean, he looked real good on Friday, like you said, when he made that charge. He shot 5 or 6 under or whatever. It seemed like he maybe figured something out. His putter wasn't absolutely atrocious on that day. So yeah, I don't hate that, getting some flop lag from Ricky. Not from Ricky, from Colin. I'd much rather him than Homa, who looks fucking kind of lost. Like, he looked like he had it on Thursday and lost it again on Friday. And I don't know if I trust JT enough yet. He's still lost, I think, over stroke putting. So I'm not there yet with JT. So yeah, I mean, that's it.
Okay.
So I guess, by default, I think I like Morikawa. Plus the ownership. Like, he's not getting any love. He's going to be the lowest owned in 10K. Like that, I typically gravitate towards that anyway.
Okay. I mean, I really like Morikawa a lot this week, especially because the ownership. I don't expect his ownership to stay this way, by the way.
Oh, you think it's going to come up?
I think it's going to go up. I think people are going to buy them. I think people are going to buy themselves into Morikawa this week. I think they're going to say, okay, look, he had a really good Friday. He played well at the U.S. Open. He was doing really well at the Memorial. And then I kind of, he had to withdraw at that point. So maybe things will be a little better for Morikawa. He is tremendous with his short irons. Yeah. He is tremendous with birdie conversions too. He's actually been putting better lately.
Much better.
His last 3 tournaments, he's posted positive scores in putting. He has 2 wins on bent POA surfaces. He won the Barracuda for his first win out in Reno. And then before Murfield Village got converted over to bent grass, those were bent POA greens, and he won there too. So, and if you look at some of the ones that, maybe you think, okay, Morikawa can't get to like a 20 under. Well, he probably should have won Kapalua this year. I mean, I think finished 25 under in that tournament and should have won. He finished second at the Summit Club. That was like at 23 under as well.
Yeah, that's right.
So he has a good finish at John Deere in his career.
Does he really? That's funny.
He does. He's got a T4 there.
What was the score when he beat JT in that playoff? I can't remember where the fuck that was.
Oh, that was at Murfreesboro. It was like 14 under.
I thought it was a higher teens than that, but okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, most of his wins primarily have come from when it's in the teens, but in tournaments where guys who won with 20 under scores, he has a couple runner-up finishes and a couple top 5s, a couple top 10s. So,
yeah, it's going to be as soft as it is too. Like, maybe he can stick it to 5 feet every time and not have to worry about fucking the putter failing him.
Right. I mean, it does go against the trend of like, you really do have to putt well here. Well, not even necessarily bombers. Like Nate Lashley won this place. So, and I think it was Cam Davis versus Troy Merritt in a playoff.
Merritt's kind of long.
No, Troy Merritt's not that long. I don't think so.
He's an eagle machine. He's got to be long.
That has nothing to do with it. Let me verify this.
If he can get to the par 5s and 2
no, he has deficient distance. He hasn't gained yards in driving distance on anybody since last year's Shriners, and he got cut in that event. So no, he hasn't had the distance. But anyways, I mean, Kizer's done well here. Adam Hadwin's done well here. It just seems like the Bombers have just won this thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I think Morikawa was doing well. I actually like Homa more than you do this week. I actually kind of really like Homa this week.
Cool. Well, I am forever rooting against Homa now, so that's just the way it's going to be. We can.
Okay.
I have a personal interest in him not finishing in the top 6 for the Ryder Cup, so I'm going to be putting all my juju.
12 guys make it, buddy.
I don't care. I don't want fucking old Zach Johnson to screw a pickup and not bring Keegan. I want it solidified.
All right.
I need Zach Johnson.
All right. Well, here's the case for Max Homa this week. Okay. Really high birdie rates. Really good from under 150. He also has shown a lot of really spike putting weeks lately. So he gained 4 strokes putting at Quail Hollow, 4 strokes putting at Oak Hill, 4 strokes putting at Colonial. He's had some decent finishes recently, at least. I mean, he did pretty well at Quail Hollow, did pretty well at Colonial. So I don't think he's totally dead. I think you got it reverse. He did poorly on Thursday, but it came back strong on Friday. So
he was fine on Thursday, wasn't he?
No, he was +2 on Thursday. Let's see. Yes, +2 2 on Thursday, -5 on Friday.
Okay.
Yeah. Huh. So he basically, he missed the cut right on.
Maybe was it the weekend prior that he did that?
Yeah, maybe it was the U.S. Open. He did that. He was fine on Thursday, bad on Friday, and then this one bad on Thursday, but Friday. Yeah, he missed the cut on the number. Same with Morikawa.
Yep.
So if you like a little bit of flop lag with Morikawa, maybe you got a little bit of flop lag with Homa too. And also, I don't see a ton of difference between this place and Silverado, where he's won twice. Like both those places are pretty straight round in front of you, tree lines, circular greens. Robert Trent Jones did renovation work in the 60s to Detroit Golf Club. He also did renovation work to Silverado in the 60s as well. So very similar golf courses. So, and those are bent POA greens, and these are bent POA greens, and actually mostly POA. So, he's got a couple, I think, top 30 finishes here. I actually really like Max this week.
Okay.
To maybe bounce back. He's got the distance that you're looking for, good with the short irons, good with the birdies, and low ownership. Like, I mean, you just said he was dead, so I love hearing that from you.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, he's still higher owned than Morikawa for now. And what is it? It's Monday night, and I feel like you're probably right. He'll definitely get squeezed because people want to get back in on JT at 10K flat. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Homa will probably get squeezed. It'll be him and Morikawa for the pivot plays up here.
Okay, and then I guess the last. I mean, you touched briefly on JT. Everything about Finau looks good except for the putter. So does that get turned? I mean, he's been pretty good on bent POA surfaces his career, but it's just been bad for him lately. So
yeah, I don't trust it yet. I mean, he was unconscious with approach, like you know what I mean. And I don't know. I just don't trust it yet, especially on a course he hasn't played before. When you've told me that these greens can be a little tricky, like I'll pass.
No, Finau won here last year.
No, I was talking about JT. Sorry.
Oh, JT. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. I thought.
Yeah. I mean, you basically make the same case as JT as you can with Finau. Just,
Yeah. I just trust Finau more. Like, I don't know, because he hasn't been as like hair on fire fucking bad, I guess, as JT. So it's not as like painful, but his putter hasn't turned around the slightest since fucking April. So yeah.
Yeah. No, it hasn't. And when Finau won last year, like he showed a bunch of those spike putting weeks, and the only time he has was at Vedanta.
Yeah, he won the 3M the week before.
Right. So no, I think did he win? Oh, you're right. He did win the 3M. Well, even before that, like a Canadian Open, the Memorial, like he was putting really well leading up to it.
Yeah.
And now he isn't. So
yeah, I know. I think didn't we both have him at the Rocket? Because I know I had him at RBC and I bet him at the Open again.
No, I was on hiatus, so I didn't have anybody that week. Okay. I didn't start betting, I think, until the Wyndham the following week, and I hit a winner. So
there you go.
Perfect. Yeah, there you go. But no, I did not have Tony that week. So, all right, anything else, or do you want to take a little quick break?
Yeah, we'll finish up our housekeeper and then run through the rest of these bumps. All right, so listen, we're also brought to you guys by Underdog Fantasy. Best Ball Mania 4 is here, and Underdog Fantasy is giving away $15 million in prizes. Underdog Pick'em is also a great way to get down on your favorite MLB and college baseball player props. So many ways to win over on Underdog and active in so many states. Head over to UnderdogFantasy.com and use promo code SGPN for a 100% deposit bonus up to $100. That's UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code SGPN.
Okay, now it's going to start to get fun and ugly.
Yeah.
$9,000 range. So you got Tom Kim, who showed a little bit of signs of life last week, but managed to still piss you off and piss me off too.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of ownership. Hideki's got a lot of ownership too. Same thing with Sungjae as well. All right, let's start with these three guys right here.
Yeah.
So Tom Kim, Hideki, Sungjae. I guess, what do you think is drawing the ownership thing? Because at least the recent performances hasn't been all that good. It's just the name, Lamb Construction.
I guess maybe both. I mean, look, he showed life at Travelers, right, with a T13, but at a course where everybody's talking about bombers. I mean, we have talked about this. Like, we don't know if it's an injury or what, and I'd have to look to see what did he do last week, because he still looked short off the tee last week. So if we need to bomb here, and his putting is so hit or miss.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Who's saying we need to bomb here?
I mean, I don't know. I guess
I understand the recent winners, but I mean, there's shorter guys who have done well here too.
I know, but I mean, look at so what we got: Bryson, Davis, and Finau. All of them are bombers.
Okay, and Nate. All right, so let's look at last year's leaderboard then. So, all right, let's go back to last year. I understand it, but at least from what Data Golf says, it's the distance thing is not predictable. Yes, those guys have been winning, but it's not the only way to success. Like Tom Kim finished 7th here. Steven Yeager finished 5th. JJ Spawn finished 8th. Russell Henley finished 10th. Troy Merritt finished 14th. Siwoo was 14th.
Yeah. Okay.
So, like, I understand that, yes, we're looking at the guys who have won here. It's very easy to cherry pick, but you don't necessarily have to be long. Everybody's going to be having short irons into all these greens.
Yeah.
So,
and he's solid with 150 and under.
Yeah. I don't know. That's the thing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I guess, yeah, he's middling. If Kim didn't screw, was it 9 through 11 up 2 days in a row? I mean,
yeah,
I think he shot like 9 over between those, so he would have had a hell of a lot better finish. Kind of like what Sanjay did. I'm not typically a Sanjay guy. I don't know what happened to him on Sunday because I thought he was like way up there. So he probably had the reverse Tom Kim. Bad Sunday, good Saturday. So I think any play up here is just kind of ownership dependent and kind of what you do, above, right? Like, I mean, in reality, you could stuff Colin and Ricky into one lineup and skip the 9K range.
You could do that. I guess if you put a gun to my head, I think I like Sungjae the best, which is no surprise. I'm a Sungjae apologist.
To say the least.
Yeah, I am. But look, so really high birdie rates. He showed some signs of life last week after whatever the hell that was after going over to Korea.
Had to be injury. Had to be.
It had to have been. I guess some concerns I have of him. He has not been all that good from under 150 this year. So that's a ding, but he's just been really good on a lot of these tracks where there's a lot of birdies, where it's a pretty low score. Like, he's got an 8th place finish here. He's won the Shriners. He finished top 10 then again last year there. 9th at CJ Cup, 3rd at Caves Valley. A couple good finishes at Kapalua. So where there's a lot of birdies flying around, and he has shown a spike putting week recently. He putt really well at Quail Hollow, putt okay last week too. So if he can get that going, I kind of like him better than Hideki, who has not seemed like he's been getting the putter going a whole lot recently. And Tom Kim, like he's had a couple good showings, but that's been really up and down with him too. And I just think Sungjae is a better putter than both those guys. So I think
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that.
All right. Are you going back to Keegan? Or, well, not going back because you didn't have him last week. Are you returning to Keegan this week? I
don't know. I mean, I think that also might be ownership dependent. It seems like it's kind of pushed down a little bit. Yeah, I mean, he needs those Ryder Cup points to guarantee a spot. I mean, he was dazzling with his wedges, and the aim point obviously has really fucking helped him, right? So, I don't know, man. Gaining 7 strokes putting. Let's see, what did he do that last? So he did gain over 5 at the Memorial.
Yeah, his putter's been heating up.
Still gained, yeah. So last time he gained 7 was the Famas, and then gained a little bit at Waste Management too. And I don't have the stats for the Zozo, but I imagine he gained a shit ton. And then 20th at the CJ Cup. So I don't know. Maybe he'll sit here and contend. He makes a shit ton of birdies. So yeah, I mean, I don't hate it, but yeah, I think I'd rather him than Cam Davis, the past champion here, who has been objectively bad since the PGA, other than an okay performance at Travelers.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think the ding on Cam Davis is that putter has not been very good. But, I mean, good from under 150, bomber, if you're just going for the bomber narrative. Good birdie rates, good here. I guess I'm surprised that, and I understand why people are not on Harris English, because there's a lot of things that you don't want this place, like really low birdie rates, not very good from under 150, like objectively bad from under 150, but you see gaining 10 strokes putting a couple weeks ago, gaining 5 at Quail Hollow. Like if this thing really just turns into putting is all that matters, like
he's there.
I mean,
what happened to him on Sunday?
I don't know. I think he was pretty bad over the weekend.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, look, if he gains 10 strokes putting in this tournament, like he's gonna finish top 10 at least. And that's a guy who's won a lot of tournaments. He's won Kapalua. He's won on a Bent Poa surface before in the Travelers. I think only Bo Hostler has a better track record on Bent Hoa than he does.
Ridiculous.
In this field. So at 5%, like I understand the birdie rates are bad with him. Under 150 is bad with him, but he also has been kind of burning people when everybody's on him and paying off when he's not. So that might be just kind of a blind click at that point. Just having him.
I don't hate it.
Okay.
Nope, I don't hate it.
I got nothing else. You got anything else?
No, we go to AK.
All right. AK range. So, kind of like what it usually is. Ownership's not heavily concentrated too much, or at least except on a couple guys.
Yep.
Alex Smalley drawing a ton of ownership. I had some things to say about Alex Smalley, maybe in response to that ownership. And then Austin Eckroat, everybody's darling.
What can go wrong?
I mean, he has been good, and he's a good player. Like, he was on that Oklahoma State team with Matthew Wolf and Hovland, and I think he was the fourth banana on that team, but like all those guys were stars.
Yeah.
So
I know.
I mean, I
got that earworm and was betting him forever?
That's true. And you just call him Ekrat.
Yeah. He's on my fucking year-long fantasy team, for Christ's sake.
That is true.
I guess 20% ownership is terrifying. Anytime a guy like that who is typically low sevens gets that huge salary increase and is still chalk, it's terrifying. I'd rather avoid it.
Okay. Do you want to play a chalky bet on?
Hell no. No, definitely not. No.
I don't know if I want to either.
No.
I mean, for a tournament where you got to putt pretty well, he is a horrible putter.
Yeah. Great off the tee, though.
Like a lot of the comp courses I looked at for like Birdie Fest, he has, I think, 2 top 20 finishes in his career.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not encouraging. He's okay from under 150, not superb. So I don't know. I think I'm out on him too. I don't know if I want to eat that chalk. So I guess of everybody else, who do you like in this range?
I mean, what about Ludwig?
I mean, duh. Everybody's on Ludwig though.
I mean, he's less owned than Alex Smalley, and Seb Straka. He's pretty close with Benny on. He's less owned than, and Eckroat he's less owned than. So he's on the lower end in this, right? So at least with the guys around him, he's almost triple what Brian Harmon is, though. So objectively, you probably should just play Brian Harmon.
You probably should. I mean, he showed a spike putting week last week too.
Yeah.
Has not been good here, but pretty good on some comparable courses.
Yeah. So
yeah, you probably should play just Brian Harmon. But if you're not scared of a chalk, I mean, Ludwig is a stud.
Yeah.
He's probably, of everybody in this range, like he's going to end up being the best player of all of them just in his career. Like he's that good.
Yeah.
So he has a huge ceiling. I mean, he basically has to finish top 20 to kind of pay off his price and his ownership. I mean, that's definitely feasible in this range.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll be all right with it.
All right.
Depending on what your build is.
Okay. Can I interest you in Steven Yeager this week?
No.
No?
No.
All right. I'll try and make a case.
All right.
He's got decent birdie rates. He's been hitting his irons under 150 pretty well this year. Last year, he was not hitting his irons very well under 150. This year, it's a lot bigger improvements. He's also made a lot of distance gains as well. And he finished 5th here last year.
Okay.
So I don't mind Steven Yeager a little bit.
He just lost a fucking 7.5 strokes putting.
Well, that's the thing with him, though. So he's been very volatile. So he lost 4 strokes at Quail, gained 4 strokes at the Byron Nelson, lost 3 at PGA, gained 3 at Charles Schwab.
Yeah.
So he is all over the place.
Yeah. I mean, prior to the AT&T, though, he was 2. Yeah. 4. So he was like 10 weeks in a row he lost strokes putting.
Right. But I mean, looking at everybody who's won this thing, they've all shown recently just volatile spike putting weeks. And I see that from him. So I actually kind of like him this week, and he's not drawing a lot of ownership, and he's got a good finish here.
What happened to Chris Kirk?
Chris Kirk has been slumping. I don't know if it's the Jason Day syndrome where he won a tournament and then just kind of been bad ever since. No. But that's kind of what's been happening. I mean, he had a T10 at Valero, T23 at Masters, but otherwise, though, it just seems like every week just one part of his game goes wrong. So at the Charles Schwab, he couldn't putt. At Memorial, he couldn't hit his irons. At the U.S. Open, he couldn't scramble. And it's just 3 straight missed cuts there.
No.
Theoretically, he should be good here. I mean, he has been good.
Yeah.
But really good with his short irons, good putter on bent POA. You know, he's going to hit from the fairway a lot, which is important to make birdies at this place.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I said in the show last night, if you haven't been hitting the ball that good, if you've shown that you're good here, I think this can probably get you out of a slump.
Yeah.
So I think Chris Kirk probably, I mean, his ownership's what, 10% or so?
Yeah.
I'd rather play Chris Kirk than Alex Smalley, who I can talk some pretty negative things about in his profile.
Sure.
Did not play well here last year. Doesn't have very good birdie rates. Doesn't hit his irons under 150 very well. And he's not a very good putter.
That's a lot of strikes.
That's a lot of strikes on that resume right there. So I understand he's been playing. I understand he's been playing very well lately.
Talk 8600. Yeah.
But if we're looking for guys who putt, guys who make birdies, guys who hit their short irons pretty well, that's not Alex Smalley for you.
Yeah, I would agree.
And especially that ownership.
Yeah.
I'd
avoid him.
Can I interest you in Adam Hadwin?
No.
Not even 5% ownership. Okay. He also has been hitting his short irons pretty well this year. So that's a good on him. He's been pretty good at this golf course. He has a 4th place finish. He's got a couple other good finishes at places like Shriners and John Deere, where he's been pretty good. Those are birdie fests. He's been hitting his irons really good lately. He hasn't been putting all that good, but before that, the putter was really the only thing that's been working. And the Rocket Mortgages, he has always putt really well here. So he gained about a stroke per round putting last year, the Rocket Mortgage. In 2021, he got cut, but he gained 2.5 strokes putting that week. In 2020, he gained about 0.7 strokes per round putting. So, and he's putt really well on bent POA surfaces. He's played pretty good, I think, over in Silverado. And I don't, like I mentioned with Max Homa, I don't think there's a big difference between this place and that place. Yeah, he's got a 2nd place finish in 2020 at Silverado.
Okay.
I kind of like Adam Hadwin this week, too. And
I don't hate it the ownership.
And did you know over his last 2 years, he's been within 5 of the lead 8 times?
Yeah, how many wins does he have?
0.
Okay.
But Wyndham Clark also didn't have any wins. I think he had.
Stop it.
Well, no, it's true. He was within 5 of the lead 10 times, and he finally won.
I'm just saying. I don't know. I feel like. How old is Hadwin? I feel like maybe it's just because I feel like he's
Hadwin's, I think, 35.
Yeah, so it's a little different.
It's a little different.
It's a little different.
All right. Different. I'm just saying. Sometimes you knock on the door a lot, and then you eventually get a win. So.
All right. Ugh,
I know you're disgusted. Okay, $7,000. Who do you like?
No, it's whatever. It's whatever lollipop the kids left me. Like I don't even know what flavor this fucking yellow one is. It's disgusting.
All right, $7,000 range. Who are some guys about $7,500 you like?
I wanted to play Rye just because his putter's been real bad and he's never played here. Short, but he's a good iron player. I don't know what to do with him. I don't know what to do with Taylor Moore either. I don't know if he's just done after his win. We'll play him again next year. He's been objectively bad for a minute. Justin Suh, I don't know if he has the upside. Davis Riley, I don't hate at the ownership because he was a darling for a while, right? So let's take a look and see what
that's not bad play. So good birdie rates. He hits his short irons pretty well. Doesn't score with them, but he hits his short irons pretty well. He's been putting a little better lately. That's not terrible.
Not terrible. Not great. Just gained 6 strokes putting. Came in 45th. Lost 6 strokes on approach. It's not great.
How about Patrick Rogers?
Yeah, I mean, I can't get these Canadians right. I feel like maybe that's my problem.
He's not Canadian.
Wait, isn't Patrick Rogers Canadian?
No, he's not. He's American, dude.
Is he?
Yes.
I don't know. He looks Canadian.
He's from Indiana.
Yeah.
He looks Canadian.
It's like the Canada of the United States.
All right. Well, I mean, so last fall he had.
That's funny.
So last fall he had a 6 at Fortnite. He's finished He has a couple of good finishes in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that has a lot of high birdie rates. Second at John Deere in his career. You know, I mean, he shows some spike putting weeks too. Now, the one thing about him though, he is horrible with his short irons, which is definitely concerning. But he's done well places like Harbor Town and Sea Island and Bermuda, and those are really short courses with, you know, yeah, his short iron's good, so maybe he can overcome it. I don't mind Rogers this place. I don't mind Brandon Wu either. Some good birdie rates with him. He has some spike putting weeks recently as well. He's been hitting the ball okay lately. He's got, I think, a top 30 finish here last year. A couple of good finishes down in Mexico. T23 at Byron Nelson a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
I can buy my way into that.
Yeah.
Thomas Detry.
Always.
Birdie machine.
Light my money on fire.
Birdie machine. He hits his short irons pretty good. He's a decent putter. That's not a bad play.
What about Pendrith right above him with like no ownership? You
could, but Pendrith was playing a lot better last year coming in, and this, I mean, he's just been bad.
Yeah, he's been bad.
2 straight missed cuts. He hasn't cracked the top 60 since the PGA Championship.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, in a lot of these comp courses, he's never missed a cut. You know, second rocket
Fortnite.
Yeah, top 40 finished at Fortnite. 30th in Mexico a couple months ago.
Yeah, I could pass. I could pass on him. That's fine.
Well,
Dougie Gim, is he back?
He might be back. He's hitting the ball pretty good.
Yeah, he looked real good at Travelers, right?
He
third top 20 in a row.
He does some things you don't really want at this place, though. He doesn't make a lot of birdies. He's a good putter, but I mean, he's been playing great. I think his ownership's a little high for my liking, but that's not horrible.
That's fair.
What
did he get to? What did he get to at Travelers? He had to at least be at 15 deep, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, he did pretty well at Travelers for sure.
Yeah, I'm just saying for the birdies, like, you know, if you can get to 15 deep there.
That's a good point. Okay. How about Nate Lashley again?
Oh God. I mean,
it's ugly.
It's ugly, but he gets, 17th at RBC, top 25.
Yeah, I mean, he got cut last week, but he hit the ball pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, T23 at Byron Nelson.
I like my boy Hardy below him.
You like Hardy?
Mm.
Okay.
He does. He can't putt worth. He can't putt worth a shit though.
I got decent recent putting numbers on him though.
Recent. I just don't believe it. I just don't believe it.
Well, I mean, all right. So Charles Schwab was bent grass. U.S. Open was bent grass. Last week was bent POA. A lot of his terrible putting results have been on Bermuda. So like Wells Fargo, Heritage, Valspar, Players, Honda,
API, yeah,
and then West Coast POA. So maybe maybe Ben or Northeastern grasses. Maybe that's a little better for him. Okay. He makes a lot of cuts at these events.
Yeah.
So that's not bad.
Why is Shez only fucking 7,200 after what he did last week?
You know, I thought the same thing. He's been really bad at this course. And honestly, he hasn't been really good at a lot of these like birdie fests in general. But can a guy who hits his short irons pretty good and is a really good putter do well at this place?
Yeah.
Probably should. I mean, wouldn't we all look stupid if Ches Reavie ends up winning this place? I saw 100-1 on him.
For real?
Yeah, I did. I didn't bet it, but I saw it. I acknowledged it.
I nodded to it. I gave it.
I was like, oh. I said, oh, that's interesting. Who else can I bet?
Scroll.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Who else is down here? Harry Hall. I always like Harry Hall at these events. Really good birdie rates.
Yeah, I almost picked him up in our year long. I picked somebody else up instead, though. I can't remember who.
I think I might have picked him up this week, actually. But really good birdie rates. Really good from under 150. Great putter. I really like that combo this week.
Yeah, I could definitely get behind that. Plus, he was a scally cap, even though he's a disgusting Brit.
Yeah, he was really good at Summerlin too. Like I think he finished like top 12 there in the fall, and I think he has like another like 20th place finish there too. Like he's really good there. Yeah. I said to be patient on Kevin Yu, and then he came out and was his first round leader last week.
Insane.
I love that dude. Yeah. I ended up picking him up in our season long league last week, and I wish I played him. But
right,
that he doesn't putt very well, but man, he hits it so good.
Yep.
Like
he's got a ton of ownership though.
I know. It's like 10%.
I mean, for 7K, that's a lot. You gotta look at the relative around him.
Yeah, but the guy is just really good. Like he's only missed 3 cuts so far out of like I think 11 starts, couple top 10s.
Yeah, I hate it.
I mean, T49 last week at Travelers, but he definitely made some noise his first start back.
Oh yeah, he fell off the face of the earth. It's like
he did.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like Dylon Wu. Like I mean, he's catching 10% too. Like, do I want Kevin Yu or Dylon Wu?
Okay,
which one? Because I don't want Cam Champ in the middle. Thank you, no.
All right, let's play a game. Who would you rather? Would you rather pick Ben Griffin or Will Gordon?
Ooh.
What happened to Ben Griffin, man?
I don't know. Wasn't he doing everything with his putter? And I think it just kind of fell apart.
He did, but like that's a dude who was 36-hole leader at the Players. They interviewed him there.
I know. Yeah, I mean, it looks like the putter fell off the face of the earth, and around. I mean, nothing looks good really. But it looks like the approaches are improving a little bit.
The irons have been better with him lately. He hits it pretty good under 150. His birdie rates are good. Now that's mostly in the fall though, but I would classify this as kind of a fall event.
I guess. Oh God, Will Gordon's so bad under 150.
Will Gordon is really bad. He's atrocious under 150, but he hits a lot of birdies though.
Yeah,
he was horrible. He was horrible last week though.
Yeah, it's a lot of red. I still think I'd take Gordon for the upside if I had to choose between the two.
I think I would take Ben Griffin.
Well, I mean that's the difference between us, right? Like I'll take the knowing that he's probably going to miss the cut by fucking 10, but he could get a top 15. Right? I don't see a top 15 out of Ben Griffin.
Yeah, I see like a top 40 out of Ben Griffin, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's enough 7,000. Anybody, unless you got anybody else in that range?
No, I mean I think we covered everybody. Oh, let's do our obligatory Carson Young for Cameron.
Oh yeah, 17% Carson Young.
Yeah, have fun with that.
I mean, look, like he does everything you're looking for this place. He's a good putter, and he does well in a lot of these comp courses. Not really great under 150 though. That's a little concerning.
Yeah, I'm good.
For DFS, I'm probably good.
Yeah.
And honestly, if that top 40 price is, steamed up or something, like if I got to pay like plus 120 for him for top 40, no, thank you.
Interesting.
I think I'll pass on that.
I'd like to know what his top 20 number is on here. But anyway, go ahead.
All right. Under 7,000.
6K range?
Yep. 6K range. How about Callum Tarrant?
So it's funny. I was looking at him.
He's been playing good lately, or playing
good golf. Strong off the tee. Under 150 is not the best.
No,
he's got worse surface.
Yes, it's not good. It's his Ben Poa history is not very good, but finished 20th here last year, 6th at John Deere.
Yeah, that's fair. Dude, he's got so many missed cuts, and he missed so he loses. So
yeah, but that's all. That's all in the past, baby. He's made 4 of his last 5 cuts.
Yeah, okay. I mean, it's better than me like flirting with fucking Doc Redman.
Okay. How about David Lipsky?
I don't hate it.
He was okay last week, wasn't he?
Yeah, did good at the Memorial.
At T56, but T12 Memorial, T16 Charles Schwab. He makes a lot of cuts at these events. Like T44 at Shriners last year, T37 Rocket Mortgage last year, T24 John Deere, T25 at Byron Nelson, T6 in Mexico. Hits his short irons pretty good. That's not bad.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
You want to give your obligatory story about Grayson Sig?
No, it's fine. I don't have the kids.
No?
No.
I mean, he's been bucking his head lately.
It's true. Good. It's true.
A couple good finishes in a row. Pot pretty well last week.
It's not even my story. It's my buddy's story.
He's got a T16 at John Deere. He's got a T18 in Mexico. That's not bad. T30 at Fortinet. You know, he hits the short irons all right. Decent, decent putter on Bent-Poa. Or how about your boy below him, Justin Lauer? He's been okay lately.
Yeah, he goes back and forth. He's a really good putter. He's
got some spike putting weeks. Really good on Silverado. He did play well at Shriners last fall. T43 at Byron Nelson. T30 Rocket Mortgage.
Yeah.
It's not bad. He hits the short irons okay. How about Robbie Shelton? Going back to him. Nope.
No.
I mean, I'm reaching at this point. Oh God, 3 straight miscuts. Wow, that's horrible.
No.
Let's look past that though. Let's look at these really good results back in April.
Let's cherry pick these sons of bitches.
Yeah. Listen, decent birdie rates, but yeah, he's been really bad. I'll give you that. But he's been putting a little better lately. That's the only thing that's been working.
Okay.
All right. I have nobody else.
EVR 6,400. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, he had that injury. He just hasn't been good sense.
What do you know about this Jonathan Bird cat?
What do I know about Jonathan Bird?
Yeah, he's made 4 straight cuts.
How old is
the RBC?
How old do you think Jonathan Bird is?
He's like fucking what? Probably 38, 39.
45.
Okay, that was close. He's old, but he's making a little comeback, yeah.
Little comeback. He's been playing since. I mean, he won the John Deere back in 2007, so that's relevant, I guess. He has won. He won Kapalua in 2011. That's relevant. Birdie Fest, baby.
Okay. Birdie Fest.
Sure. If you want to play Jonathan Bird.
No, I think I'd rather play our boy Percy.
Yeah. Stick with friends and family on the show.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
Yeah. All right. I'll take Percy. I don't want to talk about anybody else. You got anybody else?
I mean, is Brant Snedeker going to finish DFL again?
Possibly.
Okay.
Possibly.
Richie Warinsky is somebody that Cameron, I guess, is interested in.
Why?
The guy makes a lot of birdies, and he's a good putter, and he's got an okay course history here, but he stinks.
Yeah, he's not good.
He's not very good at golf. I think I made fun of him for withdrawing from a tournament. Or no, that was Dylan Fratelli.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, 11th at the Byron Nelson. I mean, he's been good in his career on these birdie fests. So at $6,200, fine. I guess that's acceptable.
Okay. Whatever.
Yes, he's a PGA Tour winner. He won a opposite field event. I think the Barracuda, actually. So technically, yes, he's a PGA Tour winner. So, okay.
Well, as much as my 18 birdies, fucking, I think Cam golf. He's got a newborn, air quotes. I don't believe him because he golfs every fucking day. I get an alert, like at least every other day that he's out golfing somewhere. Like he should be a fucking +2 at this point, as much as he golfs.
Well, we all should be +2s. So
yeah, okay. All right, you got anything else?
No, I got nothing else. Let's end the show.
Okay. All right, so same thing as last night. Steve will hopefully be here tomorrow. If not, I'll find somebody to fill in. We'll see if he has the baby, and if not, we'll both be here for the Best Bet show for the Rocket Mortgage. It's sure it's going to be a very eclectic card. Should be interested with some gross fucking names on it. Can't wait for it. So till then, make sure to go check out Steve's preview article still. Check out last night's show if you haven't listened yet. Don't forget to rate and review if you're still listening. That's always nice. And yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Boston_Capper. And other than that, see you motherfuckers tomorrow.